Amazing song, guys. Welcome back to MS Live with your boy Mac Moulton. I have my next guest in the studio. He's a label executive, he's an artist manager. He has managed a lot of artists, and I have him first time joining us on MS Live. He goes by the name KG Spio.
Yes, my brother.
Brother man, everything cool?
Everything cool. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm blessed to have you.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
Nah,
and I love your
you.
drip, bro.
Thank you.
Killing it.
Bro,
How much is the watch?
It's a light one. Yeah.
Can you give us a figure? Oh, you don't like to disclose it?
Yeah, it's very light. It's nothing, what I'm saying. It's very light.
Nice. I'm very blessed to have you in the studio.
Yeah.
And you have done a lot of work. You have managed a lot of artists. So it's an honor to have you here, to have
Thank
an
you.
insightful conversation, dive more into your music journey and future plans and stuff you have coming up. But I want us to get right into it. Let's talk about your new song, Emiko, the
Yes.
one with Oslade. Can you run us through the creative process and what inspired you to make that song?
So I had a writing camp in Nigeria, I think about about 2 months ago.
Okay.
And, I didn't even tell him I was coming to Nigeria because we have so many songs already that we haven't even got to release or anything. So we went in there, and as he came around to visit, just regular conversations. Then we made an amazing R&B song.
Okay.
Then we left it, and then we happened to go to Blaze, who produced the record, actually. So he produced. So what we got to Blaze, and we just talking about just having live conversations about stuff. The beat came up, and the inspiration literally poured out.
Yes, everything just happened.
And based off the conversations that we had about, the meaning of Emiko, right?
No, you have to.
It means it's not me. It's only God.
It's not me, it's only God.
Yeah.
And which language is that?
It's a Nigerian dialect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. I love the explanation. I know you have a great relationship with Oslade, and I know you call him Osladios.
Yeah.
Where does that name come from?
I have a name pretty much for everybody. Like all my friends, I have names for everyone. So,
Okay. So what do you call Sack?
I have like a lot of names for you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's.
Okay.
Yeah, so I call him Ladios sometimes.
Ladios. Yeah, I love the name Ladios.
But
yeah.
I see him call himself that too sometimes.
Okay.
And I see fans. So yeah.
All right. So Mac Moulton, what name are you gonna give me?
But by the end of the interview, I'm gonna have a name for you.
You're gonna have a name for me.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Like as I said, great chemistry with you and Oslade.
Yeah.
But what made you decide to put him on this song? That means you could have reached out to a lot of artists to be on this song.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to go for him on this one?
Someone actually asked me that question, like literally while the process of mixing the record. And I think the music is, for me, I'm message driven. I'm very focused on the message. So that message came from him. And as far as how it was delivered, I couldn't see anybody delivering it better than Oxlade. The passion, and it's from his heart.
Yeah.
So there was like the most perfect alignment.
Yeah.
With him. Exactly.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So how many songs do you have with Oslade? Released and unreleased songs?
Unreleased by maybe 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
That means your working relationship with Oslade is very tough.
Yeah, I think we have a good brotherhood.
Okay.
So we never, I don't even think we ever discuss music really. So it always happens that through conversation we make music. I don't think we've ever decided that we're going to the studio together ever. Never done that before.
The
But
bond
it
just
happens.
happened and it just go with the flow.
Yeah. We've never planned a session before.
Okay. Let's talk about your video. Your videos, like, I love the artistic direction of your videos. Your videos look more abstract.
Yes.
I love the creativity. Do you always team up with a director to share your creative ideas with them, to let them know how you want your videos to turn out?
100%. Like I always see, it takes me a process. Like I'll always see the visuals.
Okay.
Once the song is made, I always see the visuals, so I have an idea of what it is. And I have a lot of great people that I work with as far as creatives. So we come together and combine and come up with ideas. But I always have the idea of what I want to see specifically, location-wise, even color schemes, But I like to keep the visuals a bit abstract to allow the audience, the viewer, to have his own personal interpretation of what it is.
So it's more of like the viewers get the chance to imagine the video in their own way.
In their own way, yeah. But there's bits of messaging and bits of pieces. So I give you, for instance, like the video, for instance.
Yeah.
If you realize that all the models were like, they were modeling, they were very colorful.
Yeah.
But Oxlade and myself, we wore black.
Yeah.
You know, which was not like as colorful as everybody else was. But we wore black because of where we were. Just think about the castle and the history of it. You know,
the Cape Coast Castle.
Yeah. So it's a very dark place, but we made it look glamorous through the models. But for us, we wore black to pay homage to, you know, like our forefathers. That's why in the beginning of the video, I said, imagine,
you're briefing him.
Imagine where we are to make art. And all those places that we walked and all the places that we actually shot, and those were places that the slaves never got there. You know, they will be in the dungeons, right?
Yeah.
So for us, we didn't shoot any part of the horror or any part of those things. We focused on the glamorous part of it. So make the castle as dark as the history of the place is. We made it look glamorous. So for that reason, so there's a lot of, you know, hidden gems in the video itself, but it allows the audience to interpret.
And I can see pretty ladies, melanin skin. Yeah. In some of your video, you have a lot of pretty ladies in your videos. From there. Okay, I think that one is Black Love.
That was Black Love, right?
Yeah, the album. That one is Black Love.
Yeah, it's
Black Love. Yeah.
That was
Black
the first
Love.
video.
Yeah.
That was the first video.
And you worked on No Pressure.
Worked on No Pressure and all the
Jamz. You work on Jamz. Okay. So let's talk about the mini virtual concert that you host. Like, I love the creativity and everything. Can you run us through how did it happen?
So just kind of like the Cape Coast Castle idea as well. I always visualize music in places where it has symbolic history. So just imagine that venue. So that's what it was, about finding the location that really identifies the country, that once you see it, you know this is Ghana. And there's nowhere more Ghana than the Black Star. Everybody can relate to it. And that's how it came about. And, you know, we made something very historic. Even if you listen to the first record that he opens the show with. You know, as far as all of that, that's him. But as far as the concept and the idea, that's me. But as far as the music selection and like the opening record, I think was the definitive moment, because it actually captured the period in time. Remember, that was around the George Floyd stuff was happening as well, to have that at that particular time. So,
we all know Sarkodie to be the most decorated rapper in Africa, with a lot of accolades, with a lot of respect. What's one thing we don't know about Sarkodie, because you're very close with him and you have a strong bond with him? What's one thing we don't know about Sarkodie?
I think it's a very light-hearted individual. That he's like, that's one thing I would say, like, he's funny. Like, he's a light-hearted, funny. He sees things that he's supposed to maybe get emotional about, but he sees humor in everything. And I think that's a very good way of being able to navigate the industry. You have worked with a lot of artists. Who is one artist it was very difficult, even if I shouldn't use the word difficult, it was very, let me say, challenging working with? I wouldn't say the artists themselves, but I would say the task, what I was supposed to do for it. You know, I'll probably say working with Big Nasty, because that was like my first exposure. Imagine doing an arena tour of 20, 30,000 people every night for a whole entire month. You got like 25 dates. And having, so the task at it was a big task. So to me, that was the most challenging process, you know. But it was made so easy because he's a workaholic. Like, he's up all the time. He's ready to go. So because he was so ready, it's like you have to be ready as well. So that was the work itself been challenging. But I've been really blessed to work with so many amazing artists and they're all like super self-sufficient. They're super go-getters. So you have to catch up. Those are people I work with. Pretty much every artist that I worked with have achieved amazing success to the point where if you are not, you know, at your top of your game, it doesn't work. Like everybody has been like that.
I know you have worked with a lot of artists from Tanzania to UK, Ghana, Nigeria. let's come back to Ghana, Nigeria. Work ethics. Can you differentiate or tell us the dynamics working with both countries, Nigerian artists and Ghanaian artists?
I think the main difference, as I would say, is the style of how they approach music. Because I give you an example, right? Like in the past, maybe few weeks or so, I've been working with Kitty for for this record.
Okay.
But I've seen like the level of talent and the level of work ethic that he possesses. So I think the main difference is for us, we don't show it as much.
Okay.
Because it's so natural to us.
Okay.
For people from Ghanaians, we don't show it. But Nigerians will show it. But the work ethic I've seen from Kitty was like, wow.
Wow.
Like it's like this is a guy. It's
different.
He's a beast, bro.
Okay.
Like he comes up quick and I'm like, wow.
Okay.
He can play the keys,
bro. And everything. He's super talented.
Yeah.
My favorite Kitty project is Blues.
Okay.
Yeah, Blues is a crazy project. I love the creativity. I'm really an R&B person, so I love it. But how will you describe your sound or your music?
So my sound is very eclectic. And for this period, then my sound is mood music.
Okay.
So for this
what do you
period,
mean by mood music?
Okay, so whatever mood I'm in,
okay,
the record's reflected.
Okay.
Right? So if you think of I'll go through from like a few of them, right? If you think of, I made an EP called East Meets West.
East Meets West. Okay.
Where I put like East African artists to West African sound, African artists, right? Okay. So I had like all the East African from Harmonize, Juma Jukes, everyone made a beautiful album. So in that space, the album's very cultural.
Okay.
Then you come to something like Undress You, which was
with
like Afro-pop.
Sarkodie,
so very Afro-pop-ish. Then you go back to the next one, Jealous, which is like R&B and Afro.
Then, and the one with Jackie
too, has a pop element, R&B and Afro. Then I did the one with Harmonize and Conscience. That one was more, it had like I'm a piano vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's the mood music. So whatever mood I'm in, the record reflects it. So now Emiko, I was in a very spiritual mood.
Okay.
You know, and it came from just having conversations about real life situations. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I call it mood music. Yeah.
Okay.
So the next two are all R&B records because it's summer. You want to have fun. Like
so that means then the next one is going to be with Kitty.
God willing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And which month do you plan to drop it?
End of July.
End of July.
Yeah.
Title? Can
Heat.
you share with? Come again.
Heat.
Heat.
Yeah.
Heat.
I played it for you. You heard it.
Yeah. I don't want to disclose it, but Heat next month.
Yeah.
KJ Spio with Kitty. Heat.
Facts.
Guys, just watch out for that song. I love it. It's very, very different, and I love it.
Yeah.
But do you think Ghanaians collaboration is the best way to elevate our music or our sound to the world?
Yes, because everyone has done it, and everybody did it, and it worked.
Okay.
You know, so in life, you pick different things and you add it to whatever. Everybody does it. Americans do it the best.
Okay.
Jamaicans do it the best. You know, Nigerians do it the best. You know, we just have to be more collaborative. That's the key.
All right.
You know, we lift each other up because we have so much talent here. So much talent. Yeah. So we just have to work more together. Okay.
But do you think collaboration solve most of the issues as emerging country when it comes to our part of the world? Because we have a lot of emerging artists pushing who do Afro soul music. They are very good, but they are not to that level. As you said, you don't normally base on name. You base on artists with passion, with talent. That makes sure that their talent excel to the next level through what you do or through your work ethics. Do you think collaboration is enough to push us to the world?
Collaboration is a huge part. Okay. You know, it might not solve all the problems, but it's such a huge part.
Okay.
A huge part that it solves majority of as far as getting the music out there. You know, because even if you look at Jamaica, right? Jamaica is a very small island. But if you look at the amount of music and then how far they've taken the culture. And it's mainly because of the collaborative nature of how reggae, sometimes we have 4 or 5 people on the record.
Yeah.
You know, so collaboration is a huge part. Where they may not have that much budget or where they may not have whatever they lack, they make it up for working together.
Okay.
You know, so that's what it is. If you have one, I have one, then both of us, now we all have two. So collaboration is a huge part. It's a great start in everything, yeah.
But what do you think of Molly's Shake It to the Max?
I love it.
Well, yeah, how does it put Ghana to the world?
So that's a record that I saw it right from the beginning and how it is. But so those type of records and the type of impact she's having and how it's a great representation of us to the world, the diverse sounds that we have and the top-notch records that we can make. And if you see her presentation and how she presents herself, it's such a beautiful representation of all of us. And when whatever she does, it affects everybody. Everyone can benefit from the exposure because this is where she's from. So that's like one of the biggest things thus far in the game that we all supposed to really appreciate. I love it. It's like
so KJ, you have worked with a lot of artists. So someone like Molly, or you manage other artists who have a monster hit song. After the monster hit, does it kind of put pressure on them to do more? How we want to understand their state of mind. Since you being an artist manager, can you tell us their state of mind? What runs?
So I'll give you a perfect example, right? So in 2018, Cadet, we released the record independently, right? And the record went on to be, in that year, it was the biggest independent record, right? It went on to, I think it's double platinum now, right? It's a huge record. We stayed in the chart for the longest ever. It was like a monster hit, like it was insane.
In UK?
In UK. It's called Advice. It's the video did 500,000 the first day. That's 2018. So just imagine, that's like 8 years ago, right? So just imagine doing 500,000 in a day, what it means in that period. It was a monster hit. So we done the record, and we were so ready to come out with the next few singles, but the song kept going, so we left it. But in terms of pressure, it does. It does, because we were stressed, you know, trying to put, like, you may try not to, but the pressure is there. Because
does it also put pressure on you, the manager?
Of course. Yeah, because I A&R as well.
Yeah.
So we have to find a record. So regardless of what it is, it's still, the pressure is there, because you have to deliver, because audiences don't think in terms of, they would just want great music to listen to. They don't think about nothing else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gave us this, we loved it. Give
want
it something
to repeat
else.
It?
Not repeat it, but give it something else. We're gonna love it the same. You know, so that's where the pressure comes from. But truly, you really have to do whatever you were doing before the record came. You just got to keep doing what you do, because they love it because of you, because of what you've created. So you just don't chase it, say, I'm going to know. Just do whatever, because you didn't know they was going to love it as much, and it worked. So you just keep, but it does put a lot of pressure on it.
My brother Carl Banga was here, and he said his song is divine. Do you think his song is divine?
Parts of it is divine, but you know, I have a saying. What I say that you know, you can have a hit song and you can have a big record. Right. So big records are put together. And I give you an example. If I know that this producer is consistently giving hits, he's hot at the sound. The sound, everybody's loving the sound. I know that this artist at this particular time has all the energy, has the attention on him. If I put both of them together, most likely you get a big record. But hit records, for the most part, is something that you feel, even if you don't feel it, there's something special about the record, whatever it is. So I wouldn't say divine. I wouldn't describe it as divine, because you really have to work hard at it. You know what I'm saying?
Like example, like Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney with The Girl Is Mine. It's a big record. And Thriller is a monster hit. Nice one. I really love this conversation. So right now, after this song, the next one is with Kitty, and it's titled Heat. So is there any project we should expect the end of the year?
I have like 2 singles right after that. And I have, like I told you before, I have an EP with Black Jersey. I also have an album with Harmonize as well, but which I'm not too sure as far as the timing yet. But I still feel that I still need to generate more interest before I put out a body of work. you know.
Okay.
So after the next 3, I have like a 5-piece. So 5 singles. I wouldn't call it a body of work.
Okay.
So it would be like 5 singles with 5 videos that I'm gonna give it so people can listen to it more of like a playlist vibe.
Okay.
Because the body of work I have in mind, I need enough attention. So I need to generate more interest before.
So all this couple of songs is not going to be on a project or something. That means your body of work, I'm anticipating how it's going to sound.
Yeah, I put a lot of pressure on myself because I figure I've been around it long enough to know, what it is. And the body of work should be cohesive.
Okay.
That's what I said about generating a lot more interest, so that whatever people care enough. A lot of times, if people don't know you, they don't care enough about you, or you haven't, you might be the most amazing person. But if people don't know, the most interesting person, but they don't know.
No, yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So I need to continuously, as far as the music is there, everything else is there, but as far as the general public, they don't know enough.
Yeah,
so that's why we're here doing these things to show different, different sides of the character.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you're close with Sarkodie. Any project we should look out for?
Even yesterday I tweeted, Jamz too. I feel like we should definitely
do Jamz too.
Yeah, Jamz too. I'm gonna really push for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that we should do that.
Then, okay, no problem.
Yeah, I think we should.
I want to know how it's going to sound. If you guys are really pushing for Jamz too, I'm just thinking on how it's going to sound.
I feel like the world needs it. I feel like music is so time and place that when you think of your favorite record, you remember where you were.
Right, yeah, for real.
You always remember where you were. Maybe you were in college, getting your thing to it, whatever space it was. So Jamz, I feel like in this space is something that's needed. Like having that sound is fun. It's like a playlist. You can put it through and play everything. You don't have to, skip anything. So I feel like that's something.
But what's your favorite song on Jamz?
The one with Cranium.
Okay.
That's spiritual. The one with Cranium.
That's very, I love the one with Benson.
Yes.
That one is hard. It's very hard. It's very hard.
That one is hard.
Bro, nice for coming through. Please, your social media handles, where can we reach out to you?
So it's KJ Spio on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Snapchat. It's JKJS.
Okay.
That's right.
And your song is on all streaming platforms?
All platforms. The video on YouTube, on your TV. You can watch my video right here as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And the latest song is Emiko.
Emiko with Oxlade.
Yeah, you can look in the camera and introduce the video to us.
So, ladies and gentlemen.
That's your video.
Oh, which one? This one, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, hey guys, I'm KJ Spio, and I want to introduce my brand new single with Oxlade, Emiko. Check out the video right here
on MX24.
On MX24. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Let's get it, guys. This is MS Live.
That was good, right?
MS34 with your boy, Mac Moten. Guys, catch you same time, same place. Peace. I'm out.
Can't believe we're out here doing this beautiful thing. Can you imagine where we at?